Okay, this is the 1892 Carson City Morgan dollar that we just picked up. You guys can see it there. The face has some heavy damage on it. I think it's been through a house fire, if I'm not mistaken. Something's melded onto the face of the coin. We're going to do the crack out. We're going to crack it out of this PCGS holder. Try to recover this coin and submit it again to NGC. I do not recommend you try this at home. Do not try this at home. As you can see, the coin's heavy damaged. I'm pretty sure it's been in a house fire, is what I think. With environmental damage, sometimes it's permanent, sometimes it ain't. If we can get this coin cleaned and have the label upgraded to just clean coin other than environmental damage. So we'll get started here and get it cut open. Not going to expose my secret cleaning method to you guys, but we'll show it to you after we get it cleaned up. Alright guys, this is what we're going to use here to cut the slab open. It's just a little old cutting wheel on with the Dremel tool. This is how we do when we're trying to cut your stuff out, not destroy everything. This is what you use to cut them loose with. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend anybody do this ever with any coins. Alright, screwdriver. See if you can see inside that right there. Those things are sealed tightly, airtight, watertight. They're real hard to get open. Inside your coin has a plastic ring around it. When you get it out, you can see this little plastic holder pops right off, and then there's our coin. See if you guys can see this. It's kind of like a knot of some sort on the face there. It's I think something's been melded onto it. Is what I feel like. So we're going to clean this up, and we'll we'll put you some pictures back on here in just a second of it after we get done doing our secret little remedy. So that's the before, guys. Hopefully there's a big difference after we're done with this and everybody can see what you can do in order to save your coin. Alright. Okay, so we got phase 1 of the environmental damage restoration done. Get just where you guys can see in the light a little bit. Hopefully you can see the reflection. I got the gob of melted plastic off of the coin. We did save it, as you can see. It was right there, that shiny spot. That's the coin's original finish where that was at. The backside came very, very clean. You know, according to what it was. You know, it had all the soot on it. You can see that. Here up in this area is the coin's original finish. Kinda. There's your CC. Hope you can see it right in here. So stage 1 of the cleaning was successful. We got the, you know, the major stuff off of it. Got a lot of the coins color back, as you can see. We're gonna move on to the second step and see how it looks after this, and then finally we'll resubmit this coin. And guys, in the comments here below, please tell me what you think this coin is going to come back from NGC grading. That's who we're going to submit this to. Comment. Tell me how stupid you think this is, how bad of an idea this is, and all that stuff. That's what we're doing this for, to see what everybody thinks, see what you guys would have done with this, see what you think it'll end up being. Okay, so we got the second step finished on the Carson City, and as you can see, there's been quite a bit of difference in the coin. There's a lot of a lot of damage to this coin. It was labeled environmental damage, and that's, you know, expected on a coin with environmental damage. You're going to have a lot of issues. So guys, sometimes you can save them, sometimes you can't. You know, it's just a chance you take. And this one, you know, it had that real chalky color to it before we cracked it out, but everything back here was covered with black. We got the big chip off the face. You know, it was right here. So we got that off. Got a lot of the coin's originality back to it. We might get a cleaned label when we submit this. We might not. We'll just have to try it and see. That's part of it. You know, it's a gamble, but that's part of it. You know, that's some of the fun of it, is when you don't know what you'll get. You don't know if you can really come out any better than you started or not. I don't recommend anybody try this. You know, this coin is in my collection. It'll never go nowhere else. This will be mine from now on. It's at home. So I don't really care that the label changes. You know, I didn't like the heavy damage on the cheek there. If I get the light just right, yeah, you can still see the coin's original color where that dripped on it. It was a hard piece of plastic. I think it melted on there. So, you know, if you get it just right in the light, you guys can kind of see there. But, you know, this coin looks 100 times better, and I'll put it back up on the screen for you so you can see again the difference between here and what it was. You know, there's what it was, here's what it is now. And, you know, it does have rim damage. Both sides is hit, you know, on the rim. But for my personal collection, I don't care what the label says. The environmental damage, you know, it may come back the same thing again, guys. You know, it's just a chance you take, but it's not going to have the big glob on it, and you can actually see, you know, the face, the details. You can see the mint mark now. Before you couldn't really see none of that. So I'm happy with the results I got. I know a lot of people, you know, I wouldn't recommend to do this at any time. Nobody try this. You know, if you don't do this just right, you will definitely destroy a coin. A lot of people consider them, you know, destroyed. If never take a brush to a coin, never even take really a washcloth or nothing, guys. You know, this is just a method of cleaning that I have that leaves, you know, absolutely no residue on them, but you don't have to brush them. So, and you know, if I wouldn't recommend that anybody do this. You know, that's something that you don't hardly ever hear anyone doing to a coin, especially, you know, a really valuable coin. But like I said, this is going in my collection, and I didn't like what was on the face. I would rather have the same label back with the coin with that off of it, or hopefully it'll be ready to at least, you know, like a cleaned or maybe just a fine details. You know, it's all personal preference, guys, pretty much. I don't recommend anybody do this ever. You know, you don't clean them with nothing ever, unless it's something, you know, that you're going to keep for yourself. Don't ever advertise a coin that you're selling, you know, as that's been cleaned. That's just something that, you know, that goes against all standards and all rules. You know, if this coin was up for sale, you would just leave it like it was, you know, in the holder with the big glob on it. But it's not, you know, it's part of my personal collection. It'll never go nowhere else. Hopefully, as long as I'm alive, I'll have this coin, you know, pass it on to the next generation, either me or my wife's kids. And, you know, in 100 years, there won't be many of these left anyway, I'm assuming. So, but comment what you think it'll grade. We'll put the pictures up before and after again. It is a 2-step cleaning process I use. But you don't brush them, you don't rub them with no cloths, you don't do none of that stuff, guys. Never do that to coins. Even if you do want to keep them yourself, you know, refrain from a brush for sure. If you do use any kind of cloth, like a microfiber cloth, at the very least a microfiber. But guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to resubmit this. Tell me what you think it'll come back. Environmental damage again, cleaned, or just the details. That's what I'm shooting for, just the details. We'll see. I'll let you guys know as soon as it comes back. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Good day and God bless.